now the profile of this game and of football within the Japanese nation is very, very much higher, and the conditions here are perfect. The crowd have had a very successful season of Japanese football to get their teeth into. The whole attitude to the game here is different. This used to be a social showpiece. Now it's just another major event. So we await the kickoff of the almost last major event in the Japanese season and the 14th Toyota Cup. And we're away. AC Milan, of course, in their black and red, chasing forward immediately against the Sao Paulo of Brazil. Both writing new chapters of history. Both have been there before in winning form. No Italian side has lost here. No Brazilian side has ever lost here. So something's got to change here. Sao Paulo, the first club in 15 years to retain the Libertadores Cup. The first South American club to compete in Tokyo in consecutive years. And Milan, the richest club in the world, but with 7 very big names out of the possibility of playing here. And controversially, Savicevic, the Montenegrin, left out because of a misunderstanding about the regulations. It was assumed because he was sent off in 1990, playing for Red Star Belgrade, he wouldn't be eligible for this match. But in fact, after a lot of discussion, it was deemed that he was eligible. But in the time of the discussion, Capello, the Milan coach, had decided that he wouldn't play him. He wouldn't risk him, and he decided when he got the go-ahead to include him if he wished, he decided to stick with his original choice. You see how it works. There's Maldini knocking it into Albertini. Forward goes Massaro on a strong run. Runs into Valber, and there's Cafu knocking it forward, looking for Palinha. Well, it's noticeable that Milan have taken the game straight to Sao Paulo, just as Barcelona did last year, and scored the first goal, of course. Cafu knocking it away. So, foul there by the experienced Baresi. Looked like a very inexperienced challenge on Palinha, and Baresi are never present this season in the Italian league. Looks as if he might be hobbling a little bit. So we got Valber at the back trying to knock it forward and getting a rather pointed look from a couple of players, just giving it away. So Papin up front with Radicchio. 4 players in midfield for Milan, and no doubt Maldini and Panucci will get forward from the fullback positions. Zizzetti. Cafu on the right-hand side will always try to get forward into an attacking role. Toninho Cerezo. Wide here to Andre, the 19-year-old. Leonardo, but straight into mass ranks of Italians in midfield. Ronaldo, Cerezo. Mila turns well. Leonardo's gone forward. They're knocking it around beautifully here. Sao Paulo opening a bit of space. Cafu's gone wide on the right-hand side. Palinha is through the middle. This is Cafu. Oh, he beats Maldini. That takes some doing. But quick support from Massaro. Albertini was in there, but gave it away. Sometimes the South Americans come here and they play it fairly cagedly early on. Sao Paulo didn't do that last year, and they're not doing it here as Cafu gets forward on the right-hand side. Referee's whistle goes. Free kick. A lot of experience from both teams. The referee right onto that one as Cafu fouled Maldini. A lot of experience in both sides, and experience of this particular match. And that's very valuable, both coaches have said, because of the atmosphere, which is a little bit different, because of the pitch, which is very much improved, and because of the fact that it's a one-off situation against a style that normally neither side would have played against. Bit of a careless pass there leads to a Milan throw. This is Desai, who couldn't control it well. Not particularly good at all from the former Marseille player. Ronaldo, big, solid central defender. Müller right up front with Paulinho. Well, a little bit of play is inactive at the back here. Here's Zandro. Valbert, Cafu are trying to get players to come to them. Cafu will always go down the right-hand side like a right winger, and he does well, but into trouble, outnumbered, easily won back by Maldini and Baresi. Too strong by the Italian captain. Papin puts a bit of pressure on Valbert and Ronaldo. This is Doriva, the holding player, 22-year-old, wearing 5 in front of the back 4. This is too much surely for Paulinho. It is. Doriva tried to get in. A little touch by Raducioiu. In goes Ronaldo. Strong challenge. The referee didn't like it. But as Miller says, Müller, as we prefer to pronounce him, that looked like a reasonable challenge. He jumped at him according to the referee. Showed his studs, and that's illegal. Baresi to Maldini. Massaro's gone down the left-hand side, but the tackle was quickly put in by Paulinho. 96th game of the calendar year for Sao Paulo. A ridiculous amount, everybody agrees. No more so than Tele Santana, their coach, who is highly critical of the way Brazilian football is run. But he still manages some great achievements. Here's Raducioiu, handball. Referee's being very strict at the moment. Grimace of anguish from Capello, the AC Milan coach. Milan, of course, fortunate to get an appearance here in Tokyo, replacing Marseille. But an opportunity well worth taking. There's quite a lot of money in it, as well as prestige. But the prestige really is more important to the South American side because of the commercial spin-offs that come from claiming the unofficial, at least, World Club title. Here's Albertini to Maldini on the left. Albertini supporting him behind now. Desai come to help him. Not a good ball put in, easy one for the Sao Paulo defence, but they can't get it away. Desai, not a good ball. Again, towards Maldini. Desai is having a bit of trouble in midfield. It's a breezy, bright day here in Tokyo. Not as warm as it looks. Andre easily cut out by Panucci. Most of the Sao Paulo attacks so far have been down the right-hand side through Cafu, but that was Raducioiu putting the goalkeeper Zeti under a bit of pressure. Dwelling on it rather too long. Baresi and Müller. Donadoni. Doriva not able to get it through a packed midfield. Paulinho, nice turn, foul, good play there by Sao Paulo. A couple of nice little flicks. Quickly taken to Paulinho. Torinho Cerezo. Valbert, Cafu's gone down the right-hand side in the right wing position. This is Toninho Cerezo to Cafu. Oh, Cafu's done well. Can he get the ball over? Still hasn't beaten Maldini. Great play by Maldini. And they say he's the best left back in the world. He certainly wasn't fooled by the tricks of Cafu there. And here come AC Milan, breaking forward on the left-hand side. There was Massaro, didn't get it. And it's Maldini back to the giant figure of Sebastiano Rossi. Easily picked up by Valbert, if he can keep it in. Just. Valber, one of the 8 Sao Paulo players, will be joining the Brazilian national squad. Most of the European foreigners not included in this pre-World Cup friendly in Mexico. Well bound by Panucci. They're not getting down this left-hand side too successfully. Throw into Sao Paulo. The pressing game of Inter Milan will mean that Tele Santana's side will have to watch out if they try to get it away too casually, but they've done well here. Muller beaten by Costa Curda. Desai fouled. Free kick to Milan. Quickly taken, but the referee wants it to be retaken. The rolling ball. Little knock by Andre. Massaro's over the far side. Raducioiu in the middle. This is for Donadoni. And they work it again. Papanettigo towards Raducioiu. Cleared by Gino. Back in again by Donadoni. Massaro is over the far post. Raducioiu. Raducioiu shoots! Good effort. Nice turn by the Romanian. But straight at goalkeeper Zetti. Well won by Maldini. And a strong challenge by Cafu. Good effort by this 23-year-old. Nice turn, got a bit of space, but it was straight at the goalkeeper, and that was easy for him. But the player bought at the last minute by Milan because they couldn't afford Fonseca from Napoli. Valber and Dino. There's a foul there on the Sao Paulo player Cafu. Late challenge, free kick to the Brazilians. And immediately he wants the ball back again, Cafu, crossing into the middle. Panucci gets a header in of sorts. Back in again by Andre, offside. Milan pushing up very quickly there. The offside game very much part of their defensive strength. Baresi pushing players forward, seems to have gathered rather too much in midfield, but here's Raducioiu getting down the left-hand side, doing well. Goal kick. Sao Paulo defender held him off. 3 seasons he had in Italy, Raducioiu, before he came to AC Milan. Desai, of course, their latest acquisition from Marseille, born in Ghana, came to France when he was 4. Still settling into this side and very much into this game. Here's Andre. That was a little bit ambitious from the young defender. Costa Curda sees that back comfortably to his goalkeeper. The build-up down the left-hand side still not working too well for Sao Paulo. Maldini again. Forward to Raducioiu. Can't quite get there, but he puts the defender under pressure. Does well. That was Valber. It's a very hard one for Muller. Costa Curda, knowing Baresi was there. Well won by Big Ronaldo. Massaro down the middle for Papin. That was pretty awful. Baresi doing more pointing and shouting than he normally does at this stage of a game. They haven't really settled into a pattern at all. Oh, that was a giveaway by Toninho Cerezo. Over clever, and Albertini's in there. And Albertini was in the way of that from Panucci. Ronaldo wins. Doriva and Andre, he's under pressure from Donadoni. And again, they're not finding it easy to get it clear. And here comes Massaro. Oh, off the bar and into the arms of the goalkeeper. A terrific strike by Daniele Massaro and a bit of luck for Zetti and Sao Paulo. Albertini knocks it over. It comes straight out to him on the volley. Goalkeeper was beaten, and fortunately straight into his arms. What drama here. And that really deserved a goal. That was a superb strike from Massaro, and a bit of fortune for Sao Paulo. The player who can't get into the side regularly almost hit the headlines there. So Sao Paulo off the hook on that one. A chance out of nothing. Zeti definitely beaten. The bar comes to his rescue, and a fortunate bounce. That could have bounced in. It could have bounced away from him towards the on-rushing Raducioio. It didn't. It went into his arms. A little touch there, a giveaway. The wind, I think, is causing still a few problems as it swirls around this stadium. It doesn't appear to be as strong as it was, but he misjudged that one badly. Away by Leonardo. Nicely in there by Baresi. A free kick given against Palinha. Taken by Baresi. Trying to keep the momentum going here. And that rebounding off Donadoni for a Sao Paulo throw-in. But Capello knows that his side are the more dominant in the first 15 minutes and could easily have been in the lead. Another infringement, this time Sao Paulo's way. Toninho Cerezo, at 38 years of age, will certainly feel the pressure here, and although he's got talent aplenty, he hasn't got a lot of time, and that was a bad one from young Andre. This is Raducioio. Papin's in the middle, Massaro's just behind him. Massaro's done well here, ball down. Not a good challenge at all. Massaro indicating that there should have been more than just a free kick on this. And naturally, Sao Paulo will bring every player back in the defensive role. We've got Albertini and Massaro on the ball. It's got to be taken again. The referee wasn't ready. And if it's a repeat of what they tried there, they're going to roll it square to Donadoni, who might have a direct shot. Albertini and Massaro with the Maldini in the wall, and the referee indicating the wall should come back farther, while Zeti waits. Albertini, fortunately, threw a pack of players into the arms of Zeti. No real danger. Goalkeeper had that one easily covered with the help of the wall. But it's Milan who are the better side in this early stages, certainly the more positive. Easily cut out. Toninho Cerezo goes to help Cafu. They're not getting forward as easily as they did last year against Barcelona. Doriva to Andre. Andre fouled here. Free kick to Sao Paulo. Balbert with the long one, which wasn't accurate enough, looking for Cafu. It's a giveaway here. Now there might be something on for Raducioio with Papin right in the middle. Albertini's squared up here to help him. This is Desai. Uses Donadoni. But the moment might have gone now as Sao Paulo bring a lot of players back. Desai to Albertini. Costa Curda and Baresi. They're knocking it around well, AC Milan. Looking good here. Maldini to Raducioio. Massaro wide. Making it hard for Sao Paulo to get into this game. And when they do, it's a big boot, and they're not really building up particularly well. Miller knocks the ball out. That's a throw-in. Quiet game so far for him. Nothing from midfield really from Sao Paulo. They've been under too much pressure, staying in the match. Papin does well to get it back to Panucci. Cafu. In goes Duriva. He couldn't really get hold of it quick enough. Couldn't find a colleague. They're running it in midfield, AC Milan at the moment. Cafu against Massaro. Cafu's done well. This is quality play. Palhinha. Cafu's pushed forward again. They've changed it wide to Andre on the left. Cafu's still wide over that right-hand side, looking for the big one. This is for Cafu if he can get there. Done well. Palhinha. Oh, it's a goal! Palhinha's in there. Made by Cafu on the right-hand side. Sao Paulo has struck with their first real attack after 20 minutes. Tremendous strike. And what a run down the right-hand side by Cafu. Palhinha coming in on that cross as Muller went to the near post. Terrific play. What a run by Cafu. What a strike by Palhinha. Deep cross ball by Andre. Ball into the middle. Palhinha's there. 1-0. Great attacking play, celebrations all round. A lot of support here in this ground for the Brazilian side. Palhinha has put Sao Paulo into the lead, totally against the run of play. A brilliant counter-attack. Now let's see what AC Milan are made of. Serrato Choyo trying to get it away. Andre, who put that deep crossover from the left to Cafu. That was fine play. And he was definitely the man who made it. There's the crossfield ball. Here's Cafu coming in on it. Knocks it straight back. And Palhinha with a close-range drive. Quality stuff from Sao Paulo. They've been under the cosh for the first 20 minutes or so. And Telly Santana's side now leads by 1-0. Here they come again. But a little bit over-exuberant there by Cafu. And there's a free kick to Milan. The kick has been taken. Cafu's out of the game. They're short of one player in defence. It means that Gino drops back to cover for Cafu, who's still writhing in agony on the ground. And here's Gino here, who can sweep up quite comfortably. Or play for time. Meanwhile, Cafu is in some trouble. Referees stop the game. On come the stretcher bearers. Case is a terminal case. But as the referee indicates, if you want treatment, you have it off the field. So 1 minute a hero, next minute an injured hero. I suspect he'll be back quite fast. Meanwhile, at the other end, it should be a goal kick. Well, here's how it happened. Pushing, shoving, an elbow in the nether regions. Substitutes warm up for Sao Paulo, but Cafu is trotting back down the touchline, trying to get back into the game. They're down to 10 men at the moment, Sao Paulo, as Milan push forward. This is Baresi. Massaro wide on the left. There's a fine ball. In goes Albertini. Zetti's going in there and past the post by the defender Ronaldo to save the day as Papa came in. Corner given. The first of the game for Milan. While Ronaldo recovers. That was a good bit of defending, getting in the way of Papa. It's going to be Donadoni to take the corner. Cafu is back in, so it's 11 against 11. Maldini is making his way forward here onto the near post. Up he goes. Oh, this is Massaro. Another one deflected away for yet another corner. Massaro looks as if he's really got his shooting boots on here. Headed away straight to him, ready to have a quick dig, and deflected early on. Donadoni going across once more. So Massaro, who was unlucky to see his shot hit the bar and then be gathered by goalkeeper Zetti, sees his side trailing by 1-0, but coming back into it here with a second corner. Panucci is pushed up here. Oh, and Radu Choi looked as if he was going to get that, but he was knocked away gently by Andre. Throw in then with Massaro trying the long one. Up goes Radu Choi as Desai. Hacked away by Leonardo. Anywhere will do for the moment until they can push up, get a bit of breathing space. Massaro is on the right-hand side at this moment. Ronaldo gets in there, but the referee blows for a foul. Free kick to Milan. The pressure on Sao Paulo. Radu Choi and Papin on the edge of the area. On the left-hand side, Maldini is free. Oh, it's a good one, but offside. Offside. Papin was in a scoring position, but the linesman said, no, that's illegal. Papin believed that he came late, and he might well have done. Level is not offside. It's an interesting one, and as he waved at the linesman, he felt that that was legal. But he missed anyway. So, something of a let-off for Zetti, but the law on his side then. Well, Panucci got it, but it only comes to Leonardo. Over the right-hand side is Palinha, but he couldn't get the cross in against Costa Curta. Now they're looking a little bit more confident, and you can understand why. Leading by 1-0. Andre, deep into trouble there, runs into two solid Milan defenders. Donadoni, easily won by Valber. Gino, Cafu. Gino plays right at the back, and he's given that one away. That was a poor one from Gino. Forward comes Massaro. Another foul, free kick. Gino drops back to cover anytime Cafu gets forward on the right-hand side. Cafu in a defensive role here. Not a particularly good defensive role either. It's a free kick. Impeding Maldini there. Desai is pushed up into the penalty area. Zetti goes for it. Touches it well. Relief for Santana and company. High-tech coaching here for Marachi Santana, who is in fact the physical trainer of the Sao Paulo side and the Brazil national side. Baresi, nicely away. Donadoni. Oh, it's not a particularly good one from Panucci. It's picked up by Andre. Here they come again. This is a nice ball to Leonardo. Cerezo looking for Cafu. Too strong, and that's the end of that one. It's noticeable that Maldini is getting very tight with Cafu over on that flank. But they didn't pick him up when he created the goal. Here's Maldini now for AC Milan. Papin coming off his man here. Fouled unnecessarily by Doriva because he'd missed the ball. He didn't need a whack in there. Conceding an unnecessary free kick. First club in 15 years to win 2 Libertadores finals, Sao Paulo, despite the economic problems of Brazilian football. So there's a side of great talent here, but Milan are taking the game to them for most of this first half, but they trail by that one marvellous goal from Palinha. Maldini looking for Massaro. They do this well enough, but they can't really get the shots in. And they've had bad luck when they have got a clear strike on goal. Gino gets it, but it's Maldini back in there again. Gino once more. That was a clash of heads, which the Japanese spectators were more worried about than the referee. Pressure again from AC Milan. Massaro looking for Maldini. A bit of space here, but not much. back to Baresi. Trying to swing it wide to Panucci. Well picked up by Andre and Leonardo. Oh, it's not a bad ball, just stretched there for Costacurta to clear. This is Miller. Offside. Miller coming back from an offside position. That was a harsh one. Japanese crowd giving Japanese linesman a bit of stick. Now Baresi pushing and pulling and getting people into positions. Panucci forward to Donadoni. This is good play. Desai. Ronaldo gets a good challenge in. They clear, but it's a ball which was never really under Sao Paulo's control. Maldini on the left-hand side. On the left here is Massaro ducking and diving, trying to get away from his marker. Forward goes Albertini. Good challenge as Massaro went in there to try and retrieve it. They're playing it neatly forward. Albertini got a foot to it. Flowing play from Sao Paulo. Andre. Toninho Cerezo, 19-year-old to a 38-year-old. And the 19-year-old knocks it wide to Muller. Leonardo's gone into the near post. Palini is on the far post, and the cross was right in the middle of them. That wasn't a good one from Muller, but a good move from Sao Paulo, but didn't really have the conclusion it should have done. Selection of VIPs here. Cerezo gets it away, but not very acrobatically or accurately. Panucci fouled, although again Leonardo had lost possession. He could have let it go. This is Panucci, who came from Genoa, one of the major successes so far of this season for Milan, keeping Tassotti out of the side. Here's Panucci with a cross. It's Desai with the header. Got up well, but gets a jeer or two from the very polite Japanese crowd here. It's pretty obvious who's they're mostly supporting. In the J-League here, the professional soccer league in Japan, foreigners are very much allowed, 5 per club, 3 on any lineup, and more than half of those foreigners in 10 sides in the J-League are Brazilians, and quite a few coaches are Brazilian, so it's very much Japanese football with a Brazilian flavour here these days. Panucci did well to get ahead of that. Desai, a little knock forward to Radicchoi. Here's Donadoni. And now it's more pressing from Milan, and a miscue of sorts from Baresi, although he held back at the end and it didn't go out, and they get the throw in. Donadoni playing down the right-hand side, Massaro down the left, with Albertini and Desai in the centre of midfield. Plenty of pressure, no goals so far for Milan. Radicchoi chips it over towards Massaro, and the tumble there by Massaro appeals towards the referee, gets nothing. Sao Paulo come forward gingerly. Leonardo here. Miller just farther forward on the left-hand side. He tried to get it over Panucci. It wasn't a good enough one. And Leonardo gets another attempt. A few errors here. Gino does well. Toninho Cerezo. Difficult ball for Cafu. It looked a bit of an aged pass there. That was better from Cerezo. Leonardo in possession here from Deriva. Deriva again. Nice little touch from Palhinha. This is looking good again for Sao Paulo. Cafu asking for the cross on the right-hand side. This is Palhinha, chip forward. It wasn't quite accurate enough. A nice idea. That was Valbert pushing forward of all people. Valbert again picking up here. This is a defender who looks plays confidently enough to get involved here in these attacking moves. Nice play by Leonardo, on loan from Valencia. Switched wide towards Muller. Panucci gets it. It's a throw in to Sao Paulo. Some concerted attacks here from Sao Paulo, as Capello, the AC Milan coach, does a little bit of reorganising. Again, Muller's given that ball away. A player who was disappointing in his spell in Italy for Torino and has been fairly disappointing here against AC Milan so far. This time last year, though, he was very much one of the match winners for Sao Paulo. Something like 35 minutes of the first half gone here in Tokyo. Coverage here by NTV, Channel 4, the senior commercial station in Japan. It's 1-0 to Sao Paulo, as Ronaldo clears comfortably, but not well enough for Palhinha. Easily beaten in the air. Zetti backtracking, that's out. There's some untidy play at the moment from both sides, which gets an understandable response from the rather muted crowd here. A few days ago, in the middle of the week, there was a very key game in the J-League. The atmosphere very different when Kawasaki Verdy scored 4 goals against Red Diamonds. This is a spectacle. That was a showpiece. And that's Papin to Desai, 2 former colleagues, and Papin might get through here. Ronaldo did well to get a leg to it, and they might break now. This is Leonardo and Doriva. Still, they can't get the ball accurately enough through the middle to Palhinha and Muller. Maldini down the left-hand side. Valverde clears, but the ball is out. And they can relax for a second or two. Here's the player, Juninho, who might well come into the second half. He usually replaces Cerezo. They call him a little Zico, which is quite a compliment. So Milan still pushing forward, still looking for that equaliser. Andre beats Papin in the air. Desai shoots, and you could tell by Zetti's reaction that that was handsomely wide, and he wasn't happy with it either. Nope. Here's Zetti then, the 29-year-old goalkeeper for Sao Paulo. As Sao Paulo here get a free kick, conceded by Desai. The pace of the game has dropped in the closing stages of this first half, which will suit Sao Paulo. Andre is on the left, Miller is in the middle, Valverde has pushed up, so is Toninho Cerezo for Leonardo's kick. Now what are they going to do? Get on with it, says the referee. Oh, didn't get on with it very well either. That was a waste. And conceding a free kick here, Sao Paulo really have got to get their act together better than that. Concede yet another free kick. Milan are getting on top without managing to achieve too much. Donadoni swings it wide. Massaro and Maldini gets forward down the left-hand flank. Radicchio, good control. Now Maldini, he's onside. No, he's not. The flag goes up late. He's offside. And Capello, like a few other Italians here, wasn't happy with that decision, and you can understand why. He's onside there. He's offside. The linesman, I think, was right, but the flag was late. Nice little touch by Palhinha, but there's no Muller to support him, so it didn't come to much. Rossi's had very little to do except pick the ball out of the back of the net once. Extraordinary circumstances that Palhinha tries to find Muller with a little flick. Leonardo gets in there but concedes. Oh, I thought he conceded a throw in, but he gets a free kick. It's taken quickly. Andre is in trouble. He hasn't had as much time as he would like, this young 19-year-old, with Donadoni and then Panucci getting onto him so fast. Some physical play there. Desai gets it away. Ronaldo. Cerezo gets up, is beaten by Albertini. Radu Choyu. Play on. Now it's a free kick. As Massaro checks which way it's going to go. Indirect in favour of the Italians against Doriva. Maldini. They badly need something before the half-time break. Milan, after looking the most aggressive, the more dominant side in the first half. With 5 minutes to go before the break, they're trailing by that one Palinha goal. Panucci clears well enough. Papin, good control, fouled. It's all a bit broken up. Maldini on the left-hand side. It's a strange one from Baresi, who tried to knock it straight down the middle. Muller is saying he should have had a free kick there. The referee is saying you're going to get nothing, so play on. The sun comes out, but not on the standard of play at the moment from both sides. It's a bit stilted. It needs a little touch of magic to open it up. And we might get it here. Leonardo wide to Muller. It's a hard one for him against Panucci. Leonardo's come to help him. Andre is here. Cafu's wide over the right-hand side. He wasn't deep enough. Tried the old trick that brought the first goal. Still Sao Paulo. Toninho Cerezo looking for Cafu. Can he get that one? Maldini's first. Held him off. It's a goal kick. Legitimate piece of intimidation there, where he just got his body in the way of Cafu. So AC Milan, 13 times the Italian champions, 4 times their cup winners, and 3 times the European champions. Not having everything their own way here by any means. And despite the fact that they've hit the bar once and pressed forward a lot, trailed by that one goal. And they're not getting through midfield anymore. There was a little kick there by Papin on Doriva, which the referee didn't see. All a bit untidy. But it'll suit Sao Paulo, provided they don't lose too much concentration. Because I'm sure Telly Santana will have a few words to say at half-time, and perhaps a change or two. Because they haven't played particularly well, Sao Paulo, but they're leading. Leonardo gets forward. Costa Curta's a strong fellow. That's a back pass. The goalkeeper's got to be careful. Donadoni does well to control it, but Andre is in there. Back for Muller. Palinha can't get there. It's a headed pass from Maldini. Little touch there by Valber, knowing that the defender was going to get it, but he's asked a lot of his goalkeeper, and he takes no chances. Into touch. Pressing forward now in the last stages of the first half, Milan, looking for that equaliser. Baresi. Now, Albertini. Cafu's quick, but so too is Massaro. Free kick again to AC Milan. Once more, Sao Paulo get their players behind the ball. Vital that they don't concede one in the last seconds of this first half. Here's Massaro. Albertini. Out here is Donadoni. But Sao Paulo, a lot of players back behind the ball, and they close it down well here through Gino. Away by Costa Curta, and no chance then of Radu Choyu controlling it. It was an awkward ball, and he was closely marked. Throw in to Sao Paulo. It's looking good for them at the moment. Hooked away by Costa Curta. Donadoni to Desai. In goes Ronaldo, who's had a strong first half. Good play by Massaro. Here's Papin. Radu Choyu as well, and Radu Choyu was free on the right-hand side. Should he have shot or should he have passed? There was a sharp little movement there by AC Milan, but Radu Choyu was in a better position. Good play here. Well, we can't see from this angle where Radu Choyu is. There he is on the left of the picture. Very sharply done by the Frenchman, but should he have passed it? And it's still 1-0 with less than a minute to go in this first half on our clock. Here's Albertini, Baresi, and Raduccio wasn't fouled according to the referee, so Sao Paulo can let that one roll out of play, waste a few more seconds, and Jean-Pierre Papin can ruminate on whether he should have scored there or whether he should have passed. But sadly for AC Milan, he did neither. Zetti with the kick for Sao Paulo. Easily picked up by Costacurta. Hard one for Donadoni. Nicely done. Good play. Clever stuff down the right-hand side. Desai switching it towards Massaro. Maldini's just behind him. Tried a clever flick. Didn't need to do that, but he's fortunately got it back again. Maldini's gone down the left. This is Massaro who's fouled again. No, play on. Let it go. They're still in possession. Time added on in this first half now as Milan look for the equaliser. Massaro out to Maldini, and Paulinho will pick it up. Cerezo to Cafu. They play it so neatly in short areas. Forward goes Cerezo, a hopeless task, and he acknowledges it was a pretty poor pass. But Paulinho, the hero of the moment. Cerezo at the age of 38 doesn't want to chase lost causes like that, and indeed that is the end of the first 45 minutes, in which AC Milan did most of the attacking. They had Massaro who hit the bar, and then the rebound was grabbed.